Welcome back to In the Cards and Stars. I'm your host, Britt Madrid Mogensen, and today we are talking about some cosmic calendar dates that you need to have on your planner. There's a lot going on this week. We are starting the week off with a 1-1-1 gateway, actually closing that gateway. So it's like we're ending one chapter and moving into a new one, the start of a brand new fresh chapter. So this week, the astrology is just very transformative. There is a lot going on. So I wanted to focus on that and then pull a couple of cards. Overall, this episode is just going to be kind of a quickie to get in the mindset of just what's going on in the stars and how we can align with them to make the most of the energy. But before we get into all of that, I do want to mention the election that we had last week. I am one of the people that was very disappointed with the results, and this is not a political podcast, but we do talk about pop culture and different movements and things happening within the world. So I just want to say that I know that we are all moving forward this week, politically as well. We are, moving forward, and we have to do the best that we can with what we have wherever we're at in life, right? At any phase of life. I really do think that this Pluto and Aquarius phase that I've been talking about for a long time is still going to be about that transformation. The last time Pluto was in Aquarius, we actually had the American Revolution. So it is very big for the astrology of our country. That is a topic that I want to get into when I'm a little bit more clear-headed, when I've had a little more time to process. So I just want to send everybody else out there who's feeling the same way that I've been feeling just a big hug, and to let you know that sometimes transformation and our move towards more Aquarian values of equality and advancement and moving things forward in a direction that is helpful for all people. Aquarius is the collective. I just want you guys to know that you are not alone and that I still believe we are moving in that direction. But Pluto never does anything lightly. Pluto is not going to do this subtly. We've already seen just this past week a couple of new movements pop up that are giving Aquarius energy. One of those is the blue bracelet movement, which I think is amazing. I actually already have a blue bracelet that I wear pretty much every day anyway. It's my Angel 111 bracelet. So with today being 111, that this podcast episode is coming out, I do feel like there is alignment, and I do want to just trust that the way that things are unfolding may not be ideal for many of us, but the universe has its own way of doing things, right? I wouldn't personally pick a Chiron transit either, but nevertheless, without those, we wouldn't heal and turn into the people that are able to overcome things. So I don't really know what to tell you guys either, but I just want you to know that I feel for and with you, that we are in the same boat. And these other movements that have popped up, like I said, the blue, why can't I say blue bracelet movement? Oh my gosh. That movement. And then also there are other movements that people have been talking about. And really it's a lot of women mobilizing and coming together and sharing how they feel. And that's very Aquarius. So we're going to get into that more, at a later date. And I do want to also let you guys know that I'm launching a Patreon. I'm very excited about this. I've been toying with the idea and talking to the people at Patreon who are just amazing. They're really wonderful and supportive. I am going to be launching that Patreon January 11th because obviously 111 and announcing it on November 11th. So, we're getting into the flow, we're getting into alignment, and that Patreon is going to be all about what the energy of 111, angel number energy, is about, and it's about self-actualization. So I really liked what Vice President Kamala Harris said about how we have to shine our light in the darkness, much paraphrase there. And I do think that astrology and the stars, if you will, can help us to do that. So the Patreon is going to be more about how we can work with our own birth charts to strengthen ourselves, to find motivation, to heal, and to really focus on our gifts. So if you guys are into astrology and you love the pop culture stuff, but you also have more questions about your own chart and also how to read cards for yourself when it comes to, how can I move past this obstacle, or how can I work with this new moon? The Patreon is going to be all about that. It's going to be a place where we can all share insights from our birth charts. We can talk about things going on with our charts. And it's just more of like an interactive place where we can really work with our own birth charts. And it's not as celebrity focused. It's more about like learning astrology and understanding transits, making predictions, things like that. So it's going to be really fun. So if that is a place where you want to go, if you want to make sure that you stay in touch with shining your own light, despite what may be going on in the world, that is a place where you are welcome to come and join us. So more announcements later about that, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I am doing that because I want us all to have a little pick-me-up and to focus on our light, because Aquarius energy is about staying motivated, and our birth charts can be very motivating. Oh my gosh, wait till you get into your North Node, okay? So that is coming up. But today we are going to talk about some cosmic calendar dates that we need to be aware of because things are moving and shaking in the stars. All right, so first of all, of course, like I mentioned, today is November 11th if you're listening on Monday, and this is a week of new beginnings. We are stepping through a gateway. Things are not going to be the same this week as they were last week. Last week was a time of transformation, really since the Scorpio new moon on November 1st, another 111 day. That was all about a new beginning, but transformation, right? Scorpio is about transformation. So what's interesting to me is that this week we start with another transformation gateway angel number signal from the universe. And then we actually end on Friday with a Taurus full moon. Whenever there's a full moon in astrology, we are talking about the energy of that moon against the energy of the sun. So we're actually balancing the two polarities. I don't know if I've ever talked about this before, but I think it's like really important to be aware of in our birth charts. So wherever you have Taurus, whichever house is ruled by Taurus in your birth chart, for myself, it's the 4th house of home. And I'm just really hoping that our foster dog doesn't get adopted. But then again, it would be great if she did, But it's going to affect whatever house in your birth chart is ruled by Taurus. And there's going to be some sort of culmination. You're going to get some information there. There's going to be something that happens, and it's probably going to be pretty transformative because Taurus is right across from Scorpio, and the sun is in Scorpio. So when the sun is in Scorpio, the moon is in the opposite sign of Taurus, we are going to see some things happen that the energy is really going to be going between the two. And it's up to us to make sure that we stay balanced. So a few keywords to keep in mind as this full moon is approaching, because when we get to a full moon, the energy is starting to build. So we're going to feel this energy, especially because I do think the astrology is just a little more intense this week. But we're going to feel this energy building up, and there will be signs that we're getting to some sort of change or shift coming up on the 15th. But this is about balancing these keywords. So Scorpio is transformation, it is intensity, emotionality, depth, things hidden beneath the surface, secrets coming out, or just uncovering truths, maybe truths within yourself. It could even be that, mixed with the grounded nature of Taurus, which is about the material world, what we can see, the way that things work in our lives. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so like things that are pleasant and harmonious, and about building towards the future. Taurus is all about building on a solid foundation. So how are we, especially in that house ruled by Taurus in our birth charts, how are we learning to balance, and what could be changing and shifting for us at this full moon that has to do with making some sort of transformation in that part of our lives, something that's deep and that is needed, Scorpio energy, with staying grounded and keeping things in perspective and making sure that whatever choices we're making, they're actually good for us long term. Taurus wants us to build towards the long term and make us materially secure. So just some things to keep in mind. I'm thinking, like I said, for myself, Taurus is 4th house. I'm thinking it's either me feeling emotional about our foster dog, but then also being glad that she's getting adopted because it's like a good positive thing, or I've been looking for a new fence for our backyard. I'm finally going to find the perfect fence, and I'm going to feel like it's a good transformation. I don't know. Let's push for that one, okay? I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready to let go of our foster yet, but that's kind of how it is. And so let's just very briefly talk about each of the houses so that when you pull up your birth chart, I like to use whole sign houses, but whatever you want to use, it's up to you. First house is self, your presentation, how you view yourself, how you present yourself in the world. Second house, it's your money and your self-esteem, your self-worth. Third house, that is your siblings, neighbors, neighborhood, and communication. Fourth house, like I already said, home, your physical home, or it can be like the people or beings, little animals in your home. Fifth house, that is creativity, children, just creative inner child kind of stuff. Sixth house, this is your daily routine and day-to-day work, also your health and wellness, your physical health, your body. Seventh house, this is your partnerships. That can be romantic or it can be business or friendship. Eighth house, this is chunky money, big payouts. It can be debt, things owed to you or things that you owe that are just about like things you have to take care of. Transformation as well happens in the eighth house, and marriage and major commitments that have to do with intermingling and commingling money. Ninth house, this is your philosophical ideas about life. This is also travel to foreign lands and communication that goes beyond just like, the day-to-day, like that third house. Ninth house communication would be like a publication that goes out and it's digital and it's like all over the world. So like communication that goes all over the world. Global. 10th house, this is your career or public image. 11th house, this is groups, causes, and friendship groups, like friendship circles. And 12th house is you, your spirit, your spirituality, solitude, creativity that happens in solitude. Or it can also be like letting go of addictions. It's like a mental health house. So it's a good place to, find solutions this week when it comes to mental health and taking care of yourself, things like that. But this is more on like a mental and like spiritual plane. Okay, so we're going to have all that going on. Some sort of transformation, some coming of age moment, aha moment that we've been looking forward to, that we've been needing. And then we also have, starting on Monday, the 11th, Venus entering Capricorn. So what we love, the vibe of love, what we're focused on is going to shift yet again. And also that house in our birth charts that is ruled by Capricorn, it's going to get a little bit of extra love, a little bit of a glow up energy. Wherever you have Capricorn in your chart, Venus will also be influencing that placement or that planet or that house. And so things are going to feel a little bit smoother, a little bit easier for you there. So also identify that Capricorn house in your chart. And I will say it's going to shift. It's going to get a little more serious because Venus has been in Sagittarius, which is about global, big ideas, philosophy and travel. And so we've all been having, maybe more of an outgoing, more loose energy around love and beauty and like, dating and things like that. And when Venus shifts, it's just like different things kind of come into favor. So now it's going to be more about getting serious, getting grounded. This would be the type of energy where you may want to take somebody on a really nice date. Capricorn is money and finances. So now things are favored that are structured when it comes to our love lives and relationships. You may find yourself make a commitment during Venus in Capricorn, a commitment for the long haul. So just, keep that in mind, that things are getting a little bit more grounded, a little bit more serious when it comes to love and money. This is also a really good time with Venus in Capricorn to make sure that your long-term financial plans are set in stone for next year, that you are reviewing what's just gone on, and you are ready with new plans for your future when it comes to your material security, Capricorn energy. Also happening, which kind of this kind of goes hand in hand, to be honest. It feels like a little bit more of a serious week, but that's okay. We don't mind seriousness. We got this. Because at the same time, this is going to feel like a relief, but it does have a heavy energy anytime Saturn is doing anything, our coach of the zodiac. On the 15th, on the same day that we have that Taurus full moon, we're actually going to have Saturn going direct in Pisces, finally at 12 degrees after being retrograde since the summer. Now, Saturn, okay, so first of all, check your Pisces house. Which house do you have Pisces in? And have you been rethinking, restructuring that house since the summer? Have there been these moments of stop, go, stop, go? Things are going to finally start to smooth out and move forward. So glad. For everyone having their Saturn return, you're also going to have some aha moments. I believe Ariana Grande has Saturn in Pisces. Actually, I know she does. And she's had a rough time since before the summer, but it definitely intensified in the summer with just scrutiny and things like that about her personal life that, we've talked about on the channel. But for her and for other people that are having their Saturn return in Pisces, they're finally going to feel like they've received answers or they know like what the next move needs to be. Doesn't make it easy, but it means that we now have learned the lessons and it's like, okay, now I know what I need to do. Before, when Saturn is going retrograde, it's like there can be this feeling of things changing and like I'm still kind of learning. You know, it's like when you're at school and you're having to like look at the whiteboard and things are like, you don't understand yet how to do this math problem, but like you're in the process of learning and you're taking things step by step and you mess up and you got to like erase it and then try again. That is retrograde energy. Like that is the way I think of retrograde energy. Then once that planet goes direct, it's like you've finally learned how the equation works and now you've studied and it's time to like go take the test. And, you know, it doesn't mean that it's easy. You still have to like take the test and study and all that, but you at least now understand the problem. You're past the learning phase where you're kind of like a fish out of water, right? So that is the best way I can think of Saturn moving forward. And wherever you have Pisces, like same thing with the houses I just described for the Taurus full moon, wherever you have Pisces, you're finally going to feel some clarity there. And you're going to be ready to like move forward with this new energy and the lessons that you've learned. Because Saturn's been coaching you up in that house. And that's not always easy. So I feel like this week, it's like we are given a lot of green lights to now move forward in this new direction, whatever that may be. It's like, yeah, so we have clarity in Taurus, we have clarity with Saturn energy. Venus in Capricorn wants us to be a little bit more serious, a little less frivolous. That is my cosmic calendar overview for you guys. I hope that you all just make the best use of the stars as you can. I always find like when I just go with the flow of the universe, I just feel so much better than when I try to fight against it. So make sure you know those birth charts. I like to journal about it, and I literally will put them on my planner. I have a little analog planner. I'll put them on there, and so I just kind of know, and I remind myself to lean in to wherever Venus is, use that energy. It's a great time to do anything in that Capricorn house that you've been needing to do because Venus there is going to make it easier. It's going to make it a little more fun. And that's kind of my 2 cents on that. Okay, now I do want to pull a couple of cards just to kind of give anybody that is feeling confused or saddened about the results of the election in the U.S., because we do have international listeners. Hello, you guys. Thank you for your support. Love y'all. But for everybody in the U.S. who's feeling a little bit sad or confused, I want to get a couple of angel cards for a pick-me-up. And angel cards on November 11th, 111. I mean, it's got to be a good message. Angel card for everyone feeling sad about this. Sad about the election. Let's see. Oh, did y'all see those like fly out? Oh, okay, that's a lot. Okay. We got a lot. So we're going to do we take all of them? I guess we take all of them. I guess we do. Let's just take them. Okay. First of all, guys, I love this. Okay. This is like kind of like what Kamala was saying. And by the way, it's like got this blue color, this blue purple. Cooperation instead of competition. Okay. What's yours is yours and no one can take it from you. There's no need to compete as there's an abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. I love this. So this is about partnering with others. It's about coming together. It's about supporting each other and moving forward with positivity and, good intention in our hearts. I love that. Side note, one of the things I've learned from working with the animal shelter and the TV episode that I did where I did my first segment that I had filmed myself and, really did like the video journalism work that I've been wanting to do. Y'all know I've been taking that certificate course at NYU, and I finally like put it out there, and it was really exciting. And of course it was in the 111 portal. If you guys are members, we've discussed, but one thing that I've learned about communities and the way that it works when you have like communities and government, I have seen that the people who show up to help and like at the animal shelter, it really is like the community that is doing a lot of the work, the people that are helping with the fosters, with the rescues. And it's just all of us picking up what we can and helping and contributing and wanting to make things better for one another. So I really like this. It's about cooperating, and that's how we get things done. That's how we keep things moving in a positive direction. So I really love that. Cool. Okay, next. Declutter. Okay, this one's for me. Sorry, guys. If you're listening, this one might be for you as well, but I definitely know this one's for me. Declutter. You'll feel better and more focused. And more focused if you'll take the time to clear away clutter from your living and workspace. Not spirit calling me out on needing to clean my closet, okay? Donate what you can to help others who may need your items. Be sure to keep your schedule uncluttered as well. I like that. Venus is entering into my Capricorn 12th house. So I do plan to have, a sleepier start to the year. I do plan to have a sleepier month, where I'm going to be doing things behind the scenes in the 12th house, like cleaning, organizing, reading, researching, and creating these Patreon videos behind the scenes because I have to create the video library before we launch. It's very 12th house, creative things done alone. I love it. I have Mars there, so it makes me happy. Block out distractions. Okay, I like this one. This is a good one for all of us. Block out distractions. Your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention. So it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment by turning off electronics and avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what's important. You already know what these distractions are, and you have the power to responsibly block them out. Okay, I love it. Do not disturb anyone. And then abundance mindset. Dang, Spirit was giving us a lot. I feel like we were just supposed to do this today. Let's save the celebrity tarot tea for the channel. So on YouTube, you guys, if you're not already following me on YouTube, if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify, be sure that you check out the Brit Madrid YouTube channel because I spill weekly tarot tea and do a live stream once a week as well. So let's do that over there. I'm going to keep this more cosmically focused on us because I feel like that's what Spirit's wanting with all these cards at once. Abundance mindset. If you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it will always be one day away from you. See, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment, and that is what you will experience. And then pay yourself first. Make yourself your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you are paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have savings to invest in your present and your future. This is giving Venus in Capricorn. So, okay. Love it. That made a lot of sense. Thank you, Spirit. And I am just sending you guys so much love on this 111 energy day. And I just want to give you guys a big hug. Thank you for listening. And I will see you next week with another all new podcast episode. And in the meantime, be sure that you check out the YouTube channel at Brit Madrid and follow us on Instagram. In the cards, wait, hold on. What's my Instagram? Guys, I'm finally posting on Instagram for In the Cards and Stars, and I'm so excited about it. And be sure that you follow me on Instagram, In the Cards and Stars, just all written together. We have 36 followers, okay? And I didn't post on it for a while, but now we have clips coming out with every episode. Shout out to our amazing editor. They're going to be up there. So follow. Share it with your friends. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you soon.